Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Yasmin and this is Yasmins-TECH-nique. Just a little bit about me. My name is Yasmin. I am new as a SDR or BDR, that's a business development representative in the technology industry. And I make videos on my experience about being as a BDR. So I've been in the tech industry for almost 90 days now. So within that 90 days, I have experienced a lot. And I couldn't be happier with the choice I made to actually enter the industry. So I actually wanted to wait until I got like a really good feel of the industry before I started dropping knowledge on you guys. And that's why I decided to wait till like 3 months so I could get acclimated and I can kind of tell you guys like some ups and some downs and some things I've been through and actually have a little skin in the game. So the reason I decided to make this video is because the most important part of getting a job in the industry is the interview. Without the interview, you're exactly where you are now, and this is the bridge that you need to cross in order for you to get to where you are to actually where you want to be. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. So the first step is the job post for the interview, right? Or let me actually back up and say the first step is having a really nice resume. I'm just gonna already assume that you have a resume that you've worked on and that's ready to go. So we're going to bypass that part. I will make a video, you guys, on how to get a good resume for the tech industry. But for now, because I don't want this video to be too much about a resume or too technical on that, use ChatGPT or my homeboy Trey, Take Back Trey. He has a video on how to use ChatGPT to get a good resume. So I'm gonna link his video down below as well, and you guys can go watch that video, build you a good resume, and then come back. But if you're still here and you have a good resume, let's just jump right into the steps. So the first thing I want to talk about, you guys, is the job post. And let me just back up and say again, I feel like I'm the expert at this because I applied to over 200 jobs. I did this exact same method over 200 times. Now, I wasn't as lucky as some of the other YouTubers who's taken course careers and has gotten a job within like 2 weeks, a month, or anything like that. It took me, I got my job in March and I started in April, but I started applying like at the end of December. And I did have interviews then. I didn't know what I was doing. But for 3 months, I did this step repetitively. So let me just go ahead and get into it so you guys can like shorten the curve and know what to do. Okay, now the job post, where to find tech sales jobs. I specifically kept my search just on LinkedIn. The reason being, when you're searching for jobs on LinkedIn, you can be as specific as you want to be with your criteria. So this is what you do. Go to LinkedIn and click on, it's a briefcase and it's going to be jobs. And when you click on it, you're going to have 2 bubbles over on the left side next to the LinkedIn square. Right there, when it says job title, you want to type in sales development representative. On your experience, you want to check entry level. Where it says on-site or remote, you want to choose your preference. I sometimes choose the easy apply as well, because all you have to do is click a few buttons. You can upload your resume, you can upload your cover letter, but please y'all, just make sure you have a cover letter template and you always change the name of the company for your cover letter. And when it came to the industry, I would choose technology, information and internet, IT service and consulting, software development, and sometimes financial services for like fintech. Fintech is financial, like the financial aspect in the technology industry. Now let me just say this, for your first year in a new job on a new industry, I personally would just recommend hybrid or on-site. Hybrid means you're at least in the office 1 time out of the week. My job is 2 times out the week. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, which is perfect because the days are like back to back. And the rest of the week you're working from home, so you're working remotely. So with me being hybrid, you guys, I'm actually able to go into the office, build relationships with my peers, meet others in person, and we have a sales floor so I can hear what the other sales reps are saying on their calls just in case I want to say it as well. And then we can actually walk over to our sales floor, or our account executive floor, and we can talk to them, we can talk to the managers. And I personally just like being on site those 2 days, because working remotely on a sales job where all you're doing is for hours is pounding the phones, calling people, it can get pretty tedious, it can get pretty boring, it can get pretty lonely. Let me just say that. You feel like you're in it by yourself sometimes. And of course you get the slacks that's gonna come in, but when you are working like hybrid, you actually get to feel the being in the industry, and it helps you like politic a little bit if you guys have ever worked in corporate. And that way, you know, people could put a name to a face, and when it comes time to promotions, your name could be brought up because they know you. You're always in the office smiling, dressing nice, smelling nice, have a great attitude every day, so they're gonna think of you for that position. That's why I just say hybrid. Okay, so now that we've input all of our criteria, we should have a list of jobs that we can actually apply for, and I promise you guys it's going to be thousands of them. And now we're going to talk about how to find the person that you're going to interview with. So the person you're going to interview with is usually at the top of the job post. Once you actually like click on that post, it's like a paragraph, and then it will have like a block, and they will be in that block. And it's usually going to be someone that has the title TA for talent acquisitions, or they're going to be someone in the sales department like a sales manager. Now you're able to actually click on this person's profile, and you can usually see welcome posts for others who have joined the company, or activities the companies have had in the past. Or you can just see like important things going on in the company. This person's in talent acquisition, so their job is to make the company look more attractive, so people like you can click on their post, see it looks like a fun work environment, and actually reach out to them and want to work there. Let me say this person works on quota as well, you guys. So they are going to interview you. They want to interview you. Don't think this person may feel like I'm bugging them if I'm reaching out to them. No, you're making their job easier. That's what you should always do. Add value to other people. So like I said, this person is going to want to interview you and hire you for this position that you're applying for. But they're not just gonna hire anybody, because their hiring reflects on them as well. And you want to make them look good by showing them I'm a good hire, right? So what you're gonna do is you're going to reach out to this person directly. The same day that you apply for this job, use the LinkedIn Sales Navigator free trial for 30 days. If you have not used this option yet, they offer you a free 30-day trial. So I suggest when you start applying for jobs, not before, but when you start applying for jobs, use the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This will let you send people direct messages and go directly to their inbox. This will let you add people who's like not in your network, or like first and seconds and things like that. And it will even let you send them connections too. But the most important thing is you'll be able to send them direct messages that'll go directly into their inbox. So I suggest you use ChatGPT to draft an introductory email about yourself and why you will make a good fit for this position with this great company. Keep this between 2 to 3 paragraphs, and no more than 3 to 4 sentences in each paragraph. Keep it short. Like, don't give them a lot to read, just keep it short, you guys. Like, boom boom, straight to the point, hire me. But please remember, always leave a call to action in your emails. For example, please let me know what time works best for you tomorrow after 2 p.m. for a phone interview. That's a call to action, because now we're taking control and we're going and we're setting our own meetings. Something you will do every day in the process of being a business development representative or a sales development representative. So don't feel as if you're coming off pushy. You're basically just showing them that you can do the job that you're applying for, and that's what they want to see up front. It's gonna set you apart from the rest, I promise. Now, you should be prepared to hear from this person right after you do this, you guys. But I don't know if I said it, but you want to send this message to them through the LinkedIn Navigator, and you want to send this message to them directly to their email that's going to be linked through their LinkedIn. And if their email is not directly linked to their LinkedIn, search for someone in the company that they work with, and usually it's like a first name dot last name at the company they work with.com, or first letter last name at the company they work with.com. So you'll be able to find their email. It's not too hard. Don't pressure yourself about it, or don't sweat yourself about it if you can't find it. But once you send them this email, and I do suggest just going ahead and send it directly to their work email, because Monday through Friday they're checking it. They're going to respond to you, I promise. So be prepared for them to respond to you. And if you put your number on there, y'all, sometimes I've even had people get my emails and just call me directly, and I was not ready for that. So safe to say, I did not get that job or those jobs. That happened about 3 times to me. So I'm telling you, it works. But be prepared, okay? And now I'm going to tell you how to prepare yourself. So this is important. You need to do this before your interview, okay? You need to go ahead and look through their website and choose 3 things that you like about the company from their website that you can have a general conversation on. For example, look for the company's values and mission statements. They love this. They preach this every day. At every meeting, they're bringing up their values and their mission statements. So choose 1 or 2 that directly relates to you, or if not, finesse it. Make up one that you feel like will directly relate to you. You know, a lot of companies say they like to help the community and they like to give back. Volunteering. Bring up a time you volunteered and mention that in the interview, like, hey, I see you guys like volunteering. Recently, I volunteered at this type of organization because so and so and so has been close to my heart, because when I was little, or a few years ago, or recently, this happened. You see, it's not that hard. But I'm not saying faking it, because they're gonna tell if you fake it. But this person on this first interview may not. I'm just helping y'all get in the door. I'm really just giving y'all the sauce here, okay? So number 2, you can actually look and see what type of customers that the company cater to. So for example, let's see, I have a witch hazel bottle right here, right? And just say I wanted to do sales for witch hazel, so I can try to get them into Walmarts, I can try to get them into CVS's and pharmacies and etc. You can mention the type of customer in the audience that they're looking for, which is like big corporations, big stores, and you can even mention how you will go about reaching out to these type of companies as well. And number 3, usually on like the social posts, the company will want to have fun events that will attract you as an employee in order to apply for them. So if something looks fun that they recently did, bring that up and ask the person that you're talking to, like, hey, I saw you guys recently went on a boating trip and caught a shark. How was that? Tell me about that. I'm really scared of sharks. That's been one of my fears, but I really like how your company has you guys out there overcoming fears, because I never would have done that. But I do want to be at a company that's going to push my limits and help me grow. Finesse. Okay, I'm just playing. It's not a finesse. It's for real. It's really going to help you change your life. So don't think of it as a finesse. Don't think of that I'm up here trying to finesse you guys. I'm just really giving y'all some sauce and some juice. And a lot of people have done it. So don't feel bad if you have to do it just so you can get in the door. I really want you to get in the door. But don't forget about me when you blow up. You can actually go ahead and look through the list of employees that have been working at the company or recently hired in the position that you want to be in, like BDR or SDR or account executive. And if any of them have a similar background to you, that's a great talking point, and you can bring that person up in your meeting and you can talk about how they have this background and you have that background, or if that person has any awards that you've received before, and how they'll actually help you in that position and transition as well. Oh, one more thing. On LinkedIn, a lot of SDRs and BDRs who are active, they do use keywords in their bios and in the descriptions. So if you want to take some of these words that they're using and make sure you incorporate it into your interview, that's awesome. I will applaud you for that if you can. Basically, I'm just telling you guys ways to stand out, and let's go on to the next step. So now that we have our interview, this interview is a initial interview just to see if you will make a great fit to the company's culture and actually move on to I'll say like the first round or the second round, or sometimes this can actually count as a first round, but we can see with this interview if you'll be able to move on to the second round. But don't think you have the job just yet because you did good on this round of the interview, because 9 times out of 10 the title is TA, like talent acquisition. So this person is just kind of like vetting through all the applicants and sending the ones they feel like would be a good fit for the team or a good fit for the culture to a sales manager or a hiring manager over the sales team. And that's when the real questions start, like about sales. But right now these are just general questions to see if you'll be a good fit for the company. They're gonna give you a general job description, talk to you about the pay, talk to you about the hours. What else are they gonna talk to you about? And they're gonna ask you like a lot about yourself, basically, and your experience and your background. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. We already did our resume and our cover letter. Bloop, chat GPT, bloop. Now we've already found the type of jobs we want because we edited our criteria, so exactly what we want is exactly what we've gotten, and we already applied and searched the person, reached out to them, set up an interview, went to the website and picked out some really good talking points, and now we have the interview scheduled and we are waiting on our interview. So what next? Of course, the questions. These are all the questions and answers I prepared myself with. So there's a lot when it comes to questions and answers that I've experienced. Like I told y'all, this what I'm telling y'all now, I've done over 200 times. I've had a lot of interviews, 3 months worth. So I'm just going to do like specific tech sales questions. It may be 10 with really good answers in another video, but for now we're going to do the general questions. I know everybody hates this question, so tell me about yourself, but I'm gonna show y'all how to get across that question. Like, I hated that question, I'm not gonna lie. I still hate that question today, I'm not gonna lie, because it's like, what do you want to know about me, right? Like, what do you want to know? But I'm going to tell you guys, like, let's just talk about it. Now, the tell me about yourself question, please handle this question with care. And once you handle this question with care one time on one interview, I want you to keep it the same framework every time. It's like a pitch. You know, when you're in sales, you got to have a pitch. Let this be your pitch about yourself. What you want to do is, and I'm telling you, this is what you want to do. Don't ask me questions about, well, do I do this and do I do this? This is what you want to do. And I keep looking to the side, y'all, because it's a glare and I really don't like this glare. But we just got a glare for now because I'm getting new glasses. Don't worry about that. Anyway, so you want to highlight and talk about why you're a great candidate for this role. 2 to 3 points, and you should be writing this down, like your pitch. This is your script, this is your pitch, okay? The tell me about yourself pitch. 2 to 3 points on why you will make a great candidate for this role, what skills you have developed and learned along the way that directly relate to making you successful in this role. Script it out and practice it, make sure it flows. Now, if you have not worked on this, don't be surprised if you are asked this question and you start stuttering. It's very serious. Now, if you have not worked in sales or tech sales before, tailor your experience that you have previously to make you great for this role. Now, don't talk about what high school you went to. Don't talk about what type of teams you played for in college, unless you was captain of something and this gave you great discipline and made you a great leader, and the type of skills you have developed helped you to get into tech sales today. You get what I'm saying? They don't want to know that, oh, okay, I'm just tell like my background or my side of the story to let you know what they don't want to hear. Yeah, so I went to this college up the street, and once I graduated, I got a job at Burger King as a manager for 3 years. And after that, I decided I didn't even want to be at Burger King no more, so I went and I took a job at Walmart. And at Walmart, I was a manager, and I was a district manager for about 5 years. And then after that, I just decided, like, hey, this isn't for me, let me find something else to do. And then I was on the internet one day and I googled what can I do to make a whole bunch of money, and tech sales popped up. So I took a course called Course Careers, and I paid $450 because I used a discount code Yasmin50 to get into Course Careers. And then I took the course, I passed it, got my certificate on the first try. And you know, I watched a YouTube video and she told me how to actually, hey, get into it and get into my interviews, and we're here now. Now, they're gonna also ask you what sparked your interest with the company. Yay, the greatest question. Don't ever say y'all were paying blah 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 and laugh and say just playing. You will not hear back from these folks, I promise. Don't do that. Unless you don't want the job, you know, you just playing around. But even then, don't waste people's time. Be very considerate. This is where you reference those 3 topics or points that you researched about the company before you actually took the interview. A good point here is to make this conversational by asking the person that's interviewing you what made you attracted to the company. Like, after you ask your question, flip it around and ask them, but what made you attracted to the company? I would like to know your point of view as well. And when they're talking, if you're on a Zoom, nod your head, tilt it a little bit, keep nodding your head. But if you're on the phone, be like, oh, okay, oh, just make some noise to see, for them to hear that you're interested. But really listen, because when you're listening, now you're going to use these topics right back again, and I'm gonna show you how. So for example, if they say, I came to the company because their values were very strong and they aligned with my vision and my personal goals, and I wanted somewhere to grow, and blah 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 and blah 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 and da da da, agree with them. And after that, say, hey, I can completely understand that growing is a very important part in this industry, not only in our role daily, but with the company we're working with as well. It's really important for me to grow with a company that's growing yearly, because now I have somewhere where I can be supported for the next 5 years as I transition from a BDR to an account executive to even going into enterprise sales. That's what you're gonna say. So, do you see what I did there? I answered the question, I asked the question, and I made it conversational. And just from that question alone, I piggybacked off what they said and let them know that I'm looking for a company I can be at for the next 5 years, so I'm going to stay with that company. I'm thinking about growth because I said I want to be able to company that is growing and that's going to help me grow. So I'm saying I'm someone who likes to be developed, that I'm ambitious, and I want to advance in higher roles, and I just don't want to stay in the same position forever. So they're going to take that information and be like, okay, if we hire her, we already know that she's someone who's going to learn, she's someone who wants to stay with the company and grow, and she's going to be a really good hire. Also, you guys, in this interview, you want to use words that are common to your position. For example, sales cadences, sales law, sales force, the decision maker, sales cycles, gatekeepers, etc. Having this knowledge will help you stand out. Remember, you are not the only one interviewing for this position. And let's just assume the other people who are interviewing for this position does have a background in sales and they're looking for a better company to go to. So you want to stand out. You want to secure your spot, right? Because like I said, this person is probably interviewing 20 people and is probably going to take the 5 top people that they interviewed and send them on to actually interview, like with the sales manager or the sales director who's actually doing the job every day. So by letting them know you actually are coming in already knowing what you're talking about, knowing what you're doing, even though you may not have done it already, it's going to set you apart. It's going to help you go to the next round of your interview, and it's going to show them, well, that person kind of already knows what they're talking about. But again, if you really don't know any of these sales terms, or you want to learn more about how to get in tech sales and really actually know what you're doing before you go in there without having a job doing it, because it may be a little hard to get the job. Like I said, y'all, it took your girl 3 months. I suggest Course Careers. Now, Course Careers is a tech sales bootcamp that is self-paced, meaning that you can start whenever you feel like it, and you can finish whenever you feel like it as well. So if you want to take 4 weeks, or if you want to take 4 months because you know you just have a busy life going on and you're really not too sure about it, whatever it is, the choice is yours. It's a self-paced course. And with Course Careers, you are guaranteed to land an entry-level to mid-level position in tech sales, in the technology industry, fintech industry, cybersecurity industry. Anything dealing with tech, you're going to get in. This course will give you the materials that you really need to stand out in those interviews and land your position in tech sales. The course is only $500, you guys, but with my code Yasmin50, you can actually purchase the course for $450, and you can break the payments down into 4 payments, and it's bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks, a payment will come up and you can just knock it out the way that way. So the link to the course is directly below in my description box, and my code Yasmin50 is below that. So last but not least, I saved the simplest step for the very end, because some people may feel like, hey, it's common sense. Other people may not know. Remember, no question is a dumb question. Just leave it in the comments. Always make sure you're in a quiet area. Whether this is even a phone call or this is a Zoom. Sometimes it's a Zoom, y'all. Sometimes it's a Zoom, I'm not gonna lie. Or if this is a phone call, make sure the area you're in is quiet. You want to be somewhere where you have no distraction. You don't want dogs barking. You don't want children playing. You don't want cars passing by. You don't want phones ringing. You need a place where you can go that has great signal, so you can speak clearly and you don't have to repeat your questions, or you don't have to have a bad connection or the phone's breaking up. You don't want any of that. But also, let me just say this, you will know from the email that they sent you to set up the time if it's going to be a phone call or if it's going to be a Zoom. Now, if it's a phone call, I just told you the steps. If it's a Zoom, I personally suggest you are somewhere that has like a clear background, like a straight white background, if you can. Or if not, if you don't know how to use Zoom, you guys, you can download a picture from the internet, and when you log on to Zoom, it has like the microphone, and then it has the camera at the bottom. At the camera at the bottom, you can hit the arrow that's pointing up. I do this a lot. And you can choose blur my background. If you do that, you're only able to focus on yourself, just in case you have a background that's less than ideal for you and then you don't want it to show. You can blur your background, or you can upload a virtual background and upload that picture from your computer, and it's just gonna have a virtual background. And if you do that, please make sure it's either like a white background or something in the office, or maybe don't have it too busy. Like, don't have it a picture of you from college. Don't have it a picture of you and your family or your dogs in the background. Keep it to like an office building, you know, a view of something downtown, landscaping or something. Just keep it very general. I promise you'll be able to change it when you want to, but for this particular reason, keep it plain, keep it simple, keep it professional. And let me not forget to mention this too. Grooming, y'all. Please be well groomed for your interviews. Men, please iron your shirt. If you can't iron your shirt, throw it in the dryer on high temperature and let your shirt tumble dry, and when it gets out, hang it up. And make sure you either have like on a collar shirt or a button down. Ladies, please have on a nice blouse. If you need to touch up a little makeup, please touch up with a little makeup on your face. On every interview I had, I wore makeup. I did not care. And then sometimes I hated to wear makeup, and then sometimes I had 3 interviews in a day, so I had to have that makeup on all day. But I wore makeup on every single interview that I had. Also, I didn't have on any like spaghetti straps like I got here, nor did I have on anything that showed any type of cleavage at all. If I did, it was here. You see what I'm saying? But don't wear nothing with the sleeves out. Please wear a nice blouse, ladies, or a turtleneck if you have one, or something professional with the blazer on top. I promise, just come in and look the part, and you will for sure stand out. Because some people are on there in t-shirts. Just like at my job, they wear a lot of t-shirts, but during their interview they wear suits. Like, we have interviews going on this week, they have on suits. These men aren't having collar shirts and polos and khakis, they have on suits. Okay, you heard what I'm saying? They're wearing suits. You want to stand out and you want to be set apart. So in any and every way that you can, I suggest that you do it up front. So now that I have given you guys steps on how to prepare for your initial interview as a BDR or SDR for tech sales, all that is left for you to do now is practice your answers, write a good pitch, make sure your resume is on point, make sure your LinkedIn is on point as well, and apply to jobs and schedule. Reach out. If these people are not reaching back out to you after the first try, wait 2 days, reach out again. They're not doing it again, wait 2 days, reach out again. Just don't give up on yourself, y'all. If I had given up on myself after a month, I don't know where I'll be. It took me 3 months. And now I'm here 3 months in, and it's like the 6th month of the year it actually is. But I started this journey, you guys, last year in November, and I couldn't be more happier. My life is changing. But thank you guys for stopping by my channel and watching my video. If you feel that just because this video you are 1% better than you were before you actually came and clicked on my video, then I've done my job and I've added some value to your life. Thank you. Please add value back into my life by liking my video, subscribing to my channel, sharing my video. If you want to follow me and connect with me on LinkedIn, my name's Yasmin Earl, and I will see you guys in my next video. I appreciate you all so much, and God bless y'all.